Throughout the God of War series, Kratos has demonstrated his near-limitless strength, unmatched combat prowess, and knack for destroying entire pantheons of mythology itself. But most iconic of all is his ashen white skin and the stark contrast of the red tattoo that coils along his body. In this video, I'm going to explain the origin of this marking and the tragedy it serves to remind Kratos of every time he looks in the mirror. Before Kratos served Ares, and even before his infamous conquest as one of Sparta's greatest generals, Kratos was a boy. As a Spartan youth, he was subjected to harsh conditions as part of his daily training regimen. Fortunately for the young Kratos, he was not alone. His brother Deimos also sought to become one of Sparta's greatest warriors, so the two trained with shield and spear in preparation for that glorious day. Long ago, after the war between the gods and the Titans had ended, an oracle foretold the imminent death of the gods and the destruction of Olympus by the hands of a mortal known as the Marked Warrior. Interestingly enough, Kratos' brother Deimos was born with incredibly unique birthmarks that covered his face and body. Zeus, the ever-watchful king of the gods, was well aware of the ominous prophecy and sent Ares and Athena to abduct Deimos and imprison him in the domain of death for all eternity. Thanatos, the god of death, tortured the young Deimos until he became a broken man, driven by hatred and hell-bent on punishing his brother Kratos for failing to protect him from his captors all those years ago. It was here that Kratos made a pivotal decision that would solidify his fate as the Slayer of Gods, but we'll return to this later in the video. Speaking of a pivotal decision, be sure to subscribe now if you're enjoying the video. It helps me out immensely. Kratos would go on to become a servant of Ares and eventually slay the original god of war, taking his place in the process. After he discovered firsthand the manipulative and deceptive nature of the gods, Kratos searched for the truth behind his origin. Eventually he journeyed to Atlantis, where he found his mother Callisto. Before he could get the answers he sought, his mother transformed into a hideous beast. Kratos was forced to slay yet another member of his family due to the transgressions of the gods, and set out to rescue his long-lost brother. His journey eventually led him to the Temple of Thanatos, where his brother was imprisoned. After freeing him, an enraged Deimos violently attacked Kratos but was interrupted by Thanatos, who planned to kill Deimos by throwing him to his death from the suicide bluffs. After Kratos narrowly saved his younger sibling, the two brothers put aside their differences and joined forces to destroy the primordial god. Sadly, Deimos was fatally injured by Thanatos, and Kratos, filled with rage, slew the god of death. As he lay his brother to rest, he questioned his very existence, but little did he know that the hardships he had endured had forged him to become Death, the destroyer of worlds, and the Greek pantheon itself. Interestingly enough, before his destruction, Thanatos had realized that the gods had misinterpreted the oracle's prophecy. The true Marked Warrior was none other than Kratos, with his ashen white skin and his red tattoo coiling around his body. It seems Zeus had spelled his own doom the moment he sent Ares to capture the boy he mistook as the mortal who would slay the gods. In Thanatos' own words to Kratos, the oracle may have yet spoken truth. The Marked Warrior shall bring about the destruction of Olympus. Ares chose poorly that day. He took your brother when it should have been you. None of that matters now. Nothing you do is of your own choosing. Let's be sure to circle back to the major questions this video aims to answer. How did Kratos get his tattoo, and what does it mean? Long after his brother's abduction, in honor of his brother Deimos, Kratos chose to tattoo his body with the same markings as his brother's birthmark. This symbolic gesture would serve as a vow to never falter again, and a distinguishing mark that, along with his ashen white skin, would transform him into the Ghost of Sparta, one of gaming's most iconic characters of all time. And that's all for this video. If you would like to know why Kratos has white skin, or how he got his unforgettable scars, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment Deimos down below. And until next time, it's the Inhuman One, signing out.